Peace. Yeah. Margaret, you need to go take a cold shower. Yeah. What? Yeah, I love you too.
Cialis is the ED medicine, right?
Huh?
Cialis, that's what for limp. You
Yeah.
know when they were researching that stuff, it was for something else. They came across it accidentally. the The company was like, "We'll put this away," and some genius finally looked at it and said, "Oh, this is a good market."
Hello, Kendall official. Hello, welcome, my friend.
Yes, yes.
I'm doing just fine. Hello, Jacob. How you doing? I fed all my kitty cats inside and out. They got to eat tuna fish tonight, inside and outside cat. I make sure the mama cat, who her baby's, I believe a week old today, I believe. I try to be nice. Everybody should be nice and be polite. That's how everybody should be, but it's not. And I was going to talk about something, but I can't remember. I didn't write it down. It'll come to me. Hello, Festus. Yeah, I got 5 inside cats, all females. And Margaret right now is doing her hoochie coochie thing, wants a husband. She seemed to come in heat every other week. And, you know, everybody should be nice. You know, it pays to be nice to people. You do. I got, let's see, I got Margaret, Wildcat, Alex, Kathy, Alexi in here. You know, I love kitty cats. You know, everybody should have some kind of house pet. You know, they keep you company. You know, they protect you. They know when you feel bad. You know, they're good to have. You know, animals is good for people. Outside cats, I probably got 10 to 20. I think I lost two tomcats. You know, they might be out catting or they locked up in the house. I don't know. And I'm gonna miss them. That's part about bad about living out in the country, you know. But I miss my two orange kitty cats. And I was been watching videos. I can't remember the YouTube channel. It's not an HOA channel. This is like about motorcycles, you know, the outlaws. Yeah, I do have foxes. I got foxes, I got coyotes, I got groundhogs, I got mice, I got moles, you know, possums. And get back to the motorcycle video, which you probably know. I think it's Gentle something or Gentle Bikes, Gentle something, and it might be Hell's Angels or Iron Horseman. There's the one I watched today. I don't know if it was in a truck stop or a gas station. This little girl came up, act like she was tying the boot of this Hell Angel, and after she left, she looked it up and she called. Well, he called the leader of the pack, if you remember the song Leader of the Pack, called a bunch of bike buddies. And they somehow, I guess, left the truck stop or whatever. They all blocked them in and found out this girl was kidnapped. And nobody will help this girl, you know, at a gas station or a truck driver. You know, people, there's signs asking police officers what to look for. You've seen grown up grabbing the kid's hand and pulling them. Maybe some parents do that, but you know, in this video it showed the guy grabbing the little girl's hand like holding her against her will. You see something like you know how kids act. It could be, you know, you can call 911, report what you think is going on, maybe kidnapped or something, or like in this case was uh, child traffickers. And there was another one. with Santa Claus, who was a Hell's Angel, and this little girl asked Santa Claus for help. Her dad, supposedly in this video, was a doctor. And the Hell's Angels helped this girl because, like I said, you gotta watch in videos. It probably pops up when you're going through what YouTube channels you want to watch. And it made me cry. It made me cry. This doctor had a gambling debt. He sold one daughter 18 months before for about 200,000. Then he was going to sell his second daughter for 200,000, and for 18 months he was getting so much money put into his account. Because you can only deposit certain amount before the IRS has to be notified. And he was going to sell her baby brother after this happened. They had fake documents on adoption, and the police officer in this video really didn't pay attention. The CPS didn't follow up like it should done, but when you don't have that many caseworkers, maybe it's in your state. Okay, Jacob, take it easy. And I wouldn't know what I would do. Because I got to watch what I say, because it'd be terrorized, threatened if I said I'm going to do something. You got to get all the facts, pictures, video, paperwork. Even there was a few cops that was on the tape, and I don't know if it was a doctor or I think it was a doctor that killed his wife. And when's this all going to stop, people? I know it's YouTube, and they got good content. Some of them they make up, but like I say, you bad people dresses like you and me. What they said. And the mean, ugly guy like the Hell's Angel, Arn Horseman, and whatever, they're kind of the good people in these videos. I've heard of Arn Horseman and Hell's Angel doing stuff like that. And I'm very proud of those people. What else is an old man like me? Hello, Beatles. How you doing there? I hope you enjoyed your spring break. You still drawing your pictures. You know, you're pretty good. God gave you a special gift, and you're gonna make money one day. I don't know when, but don't give up on your dreams, because God hasn't gave up on you, Beatles. And in the past, I have tell people about your YouTube channel. Because there's always somebody on YouTube looking for people who sing, artwork. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you cry. I'm sorry. And you're going somewhere. Somebody's gonna recognize your drawings that you draw, especially of the Beatles. Because the pictures that I've seen that you have on your YouTube channel does look like the Beatles. You know, that to me, you got a good thing going. Don't give up. Don't give up. You know, because God hasn't given up people. If you're looking for somebody that does good art and a teenager, give or take a little, oh, I gotta go to Walmart probably next month and look for white radishes. I don't know if you know, you can buy red radishes in a grocery store, but you can't find the white ones in the grocery store. The white ones, I guess, something like icicles. And I love them things. I planted a few last year. Okay, I'll look at the new video tomorrow. So, see, tomorrow's Saturday. Well, I was going to do something today, but it got put off until tomorrow because the drugstore on my son, it's supposed to have been ready by today, but they told him it'd be ready tomorrow. And, I like to do things on Friday, go to the post office, pick the medicine up, go to the grocery store. But Saturday, okay, thank you. Thank you, Beetle. Take care of your family. You know, take care of everybody. Tell everybody you love them. Tell your brother keep up his good job. He's gonna go somewhere too. I don't know where. Maybe your brother can learn how to sing like the Beatles. You know, I think there's only one Beatle left, or maybe two Beatles left there in the UK. I can't keep up. Every time I go to sleep, I forget about it. Oh, maybe he has a favorite singer that he likes. you know, oh, Godzilla. Okay, if he can draw, maybe he could draw a Godzilla. I grew up watching those old black and white TV shows with, it's fun to watch some of them old black and white shows. Oh, it's a band? Okay. See, that shows you how much I don't know. It's a band. Okay, I apologize. I guess they haven't made it here to the United States yet. I haven't heard of them. So maybe if he likes them, maybe he can learn to play some of their music, you know, or maybe make up a song. You know. But people, just follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. You can play any kind of music. Hello, Lip Official. Welcome back. People can do anything. Just don't give up. And I tell the younger people all over the planet, wait until you're 25 to 28 years old to start a family. Don't start it when you're in school because most of you younger kids wants to go to college to get a good job and a good degree. Wait until you're 25 to 28 years old before you start a family. Kid boys will, do their thing. You know, and they might tell you they love you. Maybe they do, but wait until you're 25 to 28 years old before you start a family. Get your education out of the way. You know, follow your dreams. I saw on the news last night that Air Canada, they blame that on the control tower. I told you that from the first time I talked about that airplane, Air Canada hitting the fire truck. And the way I've understand it from the news, they only had two people in the control tower because this is on third shift. And uh, you always had three or more people in a control tower. And I saw the airplane. They had the airplane in the hangar. They showed the fire truck. Lucky nobody got killed. I mean, in the fire truck. And there's going to be lawsuits. I guarantee you there's going to be lawsuits. When airplanes screwed up, you know, like it did the other night, they have to take a drug test. Hello. Hi, my friend. I just subscribed to your channel. That way, you got another subscriber. When people subscribe to your channel, please subscribe to their channel. And, that helps everybody out. You know, that way you help everybody grow their YouTube channel. You help them get their watch hours up. Like I say, I'm just an old man, 71 plus years with four heart attacks, diabetes, arthritis, uh, back problems, let's see, and high blood pressure. You know, they're frying chicken on TV. They're making me hungry. Frying chicken. Having fried chicken. Whoopee. I like to have some good fried chicken. But I can't fry chicken. I've tried. I can shake and bake chicken. get shake and bake and put it in the bag and shake it and put it in the oven. I can do that. Same as pork chops. My son fixes pork chops in the oven, I believe. Yeah, he puts his in the oven. And I tell my son, I said, if you're going to get pork chops, get pork chops with the bone in it. To me, I call them pork chops. You got the bone and you got the meat. It tastes better. You know, I love pork chops. Either Worcestershire sauce or A1 sauce. You know, I like it. And see, what did I have to eat tonight? I had a couple of eggs. I had some sausage, some peanut butter crackers, and I'm drinking a bottle of water. Hello, Yokum. Yes, I got my socks on. Yeah, I am single there. I'm single. I live in southern Indiana, the USA. Let you know the time is 10:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I live out in the boonies in the country on a dead end road, which nobody comes down the dead end road. Even the cops don't come down a dead end road. You know, the only one that comes down this road is UPS, UPS or FedEx or the mail lady, unless my son orders a pizza, then Papa John's will show up. But something is going on I-65. Let's see. That went on this morning, this afternoon, because the southbound. Hello there, hi. What's it? Dog something. Because the southbound lane of I-65 was bumper to bumper. I think, what is it, Sunday? Either Sunday or Monday. I guess it's Monday. They're going to be working on I-65. What's it, for about 8 o'clock at night until 5 o'clock in the morning on the southbound and northbound between what's it, 16-mile marker and Scottsburg exit. I don't know if that's the 20, 28, 30-mile marker of I-65. They're going to work on the northbound and the southbound. But I don't know who's going to do what. But I know sometime they talked about this 2 years ago. Out there, 65 is close to my house. It's only 4 lanes, two going in each direction. They plan to make it 6 lanes, three in each direction, but they haven't started on it yet. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Hello, dog. How do you say it? Dog game, you know. And that dog, I'm just going to call you dog. Don't give up on your YouTube channel. Keep, no matter how young or how old you are, keep going. I know the young generation, they like to play video games with other kids. I'm going to give you kids some ideas. That way you can help the old people out. If you real smart on computers, you know, do thing about computer, like if you're gonna play games and or are you gonna YouTube or TikTok or something like that. So if you're gonna play games, this is the kind of computer you need with say 1 gigabyte of hard drive and a good graphics card, plenty of RAM. See, you can tell us old people what we need, and to play video games and YouTube, TikTok, whatever else is out there. You know, you can help us old people out. Also, I know you young people, you know about cell phones. Because your younger people is very smart. And, you know, should we get a cell phone with 64? Hello there, Jessica. Hello there, my friend. Welcome back. Thank you for stopping in. And explain to people say why you need 128 or 512 in a cell phone. Explain it to us old people because apps on a cell phone is just like a computer. On your cell phone, you have to update your apps. And on a computer, you have to update your programs. You know, explain it to us old people. I know you all are very smart out there. You can give us old people some ideas about content. I watch a whole lot of videos, and like there's some in Bakersfield. Okay, Festus. I haven't had fried bologna in probably a few months. So I'm gonna have to get me some bologna and have me some. I wish they quit showing this fried chicken on TV. It's making me hungry. And I want to thank all the new subscribers, all the people gives me the thumbs up. God bless you all, because you all are my YouTube family. You all the closest thing I got to a family. No matter if I got my son a few feet from me, but he got arthritis so bad that it hurts him to walk into the kitchen. You know, it even hurts him when he walks to the mailbox. You know, he sleeps about 90% of the day. And he's a young buck, you know. And he just found out the other day, which he said I put the hex on him. I didn't put no hex on him. Because his mom had diabetes and high blood pressure, and I got high blood. If you look right there, right there, you know, she's right there. That is Alex. See, there's Alex right there. She looks just like her mother. She is cute. You know, she's not a good mother like her mother, but you know, that's Alex. I mean, Alexi is her baby. Every time Alexa get close to Alex, Alex go hiss at her. Every time her baby gets close to her. But Grandma sleeps with her, washes her head. You know, she's a good. Margaret's a good mother cat. 'Cause Margaret had two litters. Alex is her firstborn, first litter. Kathy, the orange cat, is her firstborn and the second litter that she has. And hello, Egg Loaf, behave yourself tonight. I love kitty cats. They're my therapy animals. They keep me company. And, you know, if you don't like cats, you can have dogs or whatever kind of pets you like. And, now they're showing onion rings. Oh, they're making me hungry. Quit showing onion rings. You're gonna make me stop at Burger King tomorrow. Nah, I'll wait until the third. 'Cause my house payment comes out tomorrow, so I can't touch the money. And see, I got to take a road trip tomorrow. Should have done it today, but I do it tomorrow. And, I hope everybody's day went well. Well, I forgot to say at the first of the video. I want you all to thank a nurse for their service. If the nurses works in the hospital, wherever the nurses works at, and you see them, thank them for their service. You know, it takes a very special nurse to work in the hospital, in the ER, ICU, trauma, critical care, burn unit. It takes a very special person to do something like that. You know, so thank him the next time you go to a doctor's office or a hospital. What Thank a nurse for the service, because remember they first in line. When you go to the ER, the nurse takes your temperature, your blood pressure, this and that, and you tell them everything that's wrong with you. Then the doctor comes in after the nurse tells them on paperwork or the computer or however they do it now. They're first in line. I'm going somewhere tomorrow. I gotta go to the post office, uh, the drugstore, the grocery store. I don't know where else, but when I went to Scottsburg, what was it? Today's Friday, Tuesday. Gasoline up the road from me was $3.99. Yeah, $3.99 a gallon. That makes me mad. People, when gas and diesel fuel goes up, who pays for it? You go to the grocery store, they got to jack the prices up of the food. Cat food, dog food, human food, milk, everything goes up. Car prices goes up because of the gasoline prices. 'Cause it's delivered by an 18 wheeler. Computers goes up. Cell phone goes up because it's delivered by an 18 wheeler. Just think about it, people. And you younger people in here, under 18, you know, young to maybe 25 years old. From young to 25 years old. You are our future. My future. Your dad's future. Your grandma's future. It's up to your younger generation to help out us old people. Your parents, because they're going to be my age one day. You got to think of their future. You younger people is very smart. You real smart. God has faith in you to straighten this planet out. People coming out with electric cars. Maybe if somewhere like California or Florida, where it don't get cold, where I live, or in Canada or Alaska, you can't have an electric car. Just think about it, people. You got a gasoline engine or a diesel engine in a pickup truck or an ambulance, fire trucks. That's why they keep fire trucks and ambulances inside. Because the cold weather and gasoline and diesel engine It kills the battery. It drains the battery quicker than anything. You know, if you live in an area like I do, if you're gonna have an electric car, that means you have to have a garage where you keep the cold off of it. And you know, they want you to save money. How are you going to save money on an electric car and you got it plugged in? Your electricity bill is going to go up. Let's think about it. I'm not trying to, you know, tell you not to buy an electric car because I can't afford one and I wouldn't want one because where I live, it's too cold for an electric vehicle where I'm at. It's just too cold. And I've heard people that got Teslas. I got nothing against Teslas. They got some nice cars. But look what it costs you to replace those batteries. Yeah, have a long extension cord. Yeah, that's one thing. But if you're going to have an electric car, people, that's what I'm thinking. You know, if you're going to have an electric car, when you out driving through the day, is there some way, you younger people, think about this. Is there a way that you can put a solar panel on your vehicle that will charge your batteries when you're driving? You know, people, you know, think about it. I know you younger people is very smart. I know they got little solar panels you can stick in the window and plug it into your cigarette lighter. You know, that's something, you know, you younger people who's engineers, you're very smart out there. Would it work? Could there be some way you can put solar panels in those electric vehicles that charge your battery? You know, you can go live it, you know, that's just an idea. You know, that's something to think about. Not every place got those car chargers. You know, around me, I don't think there's one car charger in Scott County. I don't think. I haven't seen that. I know in Clark County, they have one at RMC and is it Sam's or Walmart in Clarksville? You know, Jeffersonville, I don't know. I don't know. I've heard some of them that they do have problems in cold weather. But people, here's one thing. I know a whole lot of farming out there that I've talked to on those electric vehicles. If they catch on fire, they can't put them out. So they just let it burn up because they can't put it out. And if you got an electric vehicle, also when the tow truck, there's a certain way that you put them on the road back, which I'm not a tow truck driver. I seen a video somewhere and they had a small trailer pulling behind the vehicle with the generator on it. That is a good idea. Pull you a trailer, but I don't like them trailers. It's a single axle. I'd rather have a double axle. That means you have 4 tires on it. And I guess you could put your generator on it and charge it while you're driving that way. I have seen that happen. They probably do that in California. But I don't want an electric vehicle. I got, you know, I just don't trust them. Maybe because I'm old fashioned. I like to have a new pickup truck. If I was going to get a new pickup truck, it probably would be a Jeep pickup truck, 4-wheel drive, and Z-Bart underneath it. I drive a Toyota. It got probably 250 to 280 miles on it in the 100,000, and it's not going to last too much longer, you know. But it has been a good car. Just a Toyota. That's all you need to know. I'm not advertising for Toyota. And that's what I like to have, a Jeep pickup truck with, I guess you call it the crew cab, the 4 doors, Z-Bart underneath it, in the fender wells. If you all know what Z-Bart is, you know what I'm talking about. And the bed liner sprayed in the back of the pickup truck. I like to have a standard transmission, but my son doesn't know how to drive a standard transmission. So he never learned how to drive a standard transmission. Subaru is not bad. Jeep holds a value. I looked at that Land Rover, 4-wheel part of it. At the time he got his driver's license, he was at his mom's. I don't think his mom knew how to drive a standard ship. I don't think. But she been dead about 2 years now, I think. People, I did not know what an automatic transmission was until I took driver's ed. And I was hitting the floor, where the clutch is supposed to be. I was 79, yeah. What, a 79 Jeep? Where I live, oh, you know, people where I live, like that snow we got back in January. I was snowbound better in 2 weeks. I couldn't even. Lucky my kitty cats was all up on the porch. Because I had about 8 inches of snow in my yard of cutlets. Yeah, when I got married back in '78 to Foxy Lady, I rented a brand new '78 Oldsmobile Cutlass. I believe it was kind of green color. I think I rented it from Clap Oldsmobile, which they're out of business now. I think we went to either Nashville or Memphis. I think it was a Holiday Inn or I can't remember. Or Marriott. I think it was a Holiday Inn. But I ain't getting married no more. And yet ladies out there, I can't be your sugar daddy because I ain't got no ex. And I just don't have any money to spare. I said 5, but my ex-wife says 4. But you know, they did have common law back there then. That considered as being married. Some states had common law. Now, that's one of my ex-wives told me. Said, "Oh, you want me for your money?" No, I don't. You know, she said, "You want to marry me, man? Can you see how much my house payment would go up?" You know, you know, the, like I say, if my property taxes goes up or my homeowner's insurance goes up, my house payment goes up. It goes into our account. I forget what the legal name is. And it pays my property taxes. It pays my homeowner's insurance. And so much when they take my payment. No, I don't. That's her money. I wouldn't want her money. You know, it would help if she wants to give me a little money, but I'm not going to ask for it because you got to live within your budget. I don't know if I have a sugar mama, but there's more into love and money. Money does help you out, but you got to live on a budget. You got to live on a budget. Only buy what you need. There's things that I need. I can't afford it because it's not in my budget. And my ex-wife always get on my butt because, I tell you all, I need money. She says, stop asking for money. You know, I need a new roof on my house. I need a riding lawnmower. Those things I want that I need, you know. But what are you gonna do? You can't afford it. I won't get a Tesla. Because that means if you have a Tesla, you gotta pay an electrician to come to your house. I know they make electric lawnmowers, and and I don't want a battery operated lawnmower. I cut a little bit of grass last week because it was up in the 70s. It turned cold and it rained, and I can't do crap. I know you can plug it in, but man, I'm trying to save on electricity. You know, my electric bill I paid on the 3rd of this month was 300 and some odd dollars. And in the 8 years I live here, people, my electric bill in the wintertime in the single digits never got over $200. But this year was 300 and some odd dollars. And, you know, it was hard for me to pay that electric bill. Now they showing corn dogs on TV. Uh, I, I don't mind having a corn dog. I might get some tomorrow or something like that. That's a good looking girl in the red, yellow, and blue shirt. You know, corn dogs I like. They're showing how they recycle the cooking oil, you know, turn that into diesel fuel and soap and other stuff. And, you know, I hope everybody had a good Friday night, have a good weekend. Some people is on spring break. Where's my, well, what? Turn it over to my outside cameras. I won't. It's either a cat fight on my porch, 'cause it don't look like none of my kitty cats. I'll be back in a second, people. I gotta go out and look out my living room window. Wildcat, you all behave yourself. Ah, Wildcat's right there by the dog cage. Snowballs is in there sleeping. 'Cause Snowball is Wildcat's uh, little brother. The wind must picked up a little bit outside. I guess some berries or whatever it is, blooms all over my car. What, Margaret? The closest thing you're gonna get to the tomcat, if you get in there on the table, they can break the window out. That's about as close you're gonna get to a tomcat. At least Mama is in the box taking care of her babies. Get away from those babies out there, Wildcat. she, Kelly, she's kind of like a calico cat, but not really white, black, and orange. It got all, all together, all, they all, she's in the box. She had, I, I think she had four of them, but one died. It was a day old, died, and I buried it. But where she had her babies up there on the porch, that's where she was born, up on the porch in the cubby hole. But somehow the box got scooted over where she can't get down in the cubby hole. But she spent most of the time when it was cold sleeping in that box. But I try to feed Kelly on the porch, but she's a hog. I put the milk there and the dry food, and she got to get out there with those other kitty cats and eat. But she gets the same thing they get in the morning time. At night, if I got canned food or tuna fish, I put it right there by her kitten. I put quite a bit of canned food there. And when I go feed the other kitty cat, she wants more. She's a pig and a half. I think she has an orange and white one, and maybe some black ones. And well, she's a good mama. I think this is her first litter, and her mama is pregnant, so she have her baby. What you do with the kitty cat after birth? Well, since the one died, I put it in a bag and I dug a hole and buried it. But when the outside cats have their babies, they stay here because they do earn their keep. They catch mice, they catch moles. Uh, if they're fast enough, they catch a squirrel, or if they go back in the back 40 on the south side of my house, they can get hold of some baby rabbits, and but they earn their keep. You know, like when it's warm outside, I go outside and sit in the chair while they get up there in the recliner where I put some food on the recliner and they eat. I pet them. They talk to me. They jump up on my lap. You know, they hate wintertime. They really don't get that much loving unless they come up around me. I can pet them, but like Wildcat there and Snowball, Midnight, Captain, and Wildcat. I call them scaredy cats because their mother is Boots. Nope, I've got good kitty cats outside. They either go. I'm tired of putting up with this a-hole. He knows better. Well, I deleted the comment and I decided to give him a 24-hour timeout. He knows better than that. So that's a 24-hour timeout, Festus. I, ju- I'm just not going to put up with it. You know. Oh, go ahead and leave. There ain't no cat food on the porch, Rocky. Now you didn't find no cat food in that pan, did you? You better leave. I hate raccoons, especially these raccoons. City raccoons is friendly. They'll come up. I've learned when I lived in the city, about 15, 20 miles kind of southeast of me, city raccoons would come up on my porch, eat food, jump up on my lap. I could pet them. But out here in the country, they got a different attitude. And because I can go in there and yell out the window, and that raccoon will take off, or I just tap on the window. The country raccoons out here, they're not friendly. And I just don't like these country raccoons. Heck, them possums, they're more friendlier than the raccoon. You can tap on the window, they just look up at you. Or you can open the door and walk out there, they won't take off. Butter toast, you know, do not use any bad words. Why did you use that S word? You know that. The next time you use any bad words, you're going to go in timeout 24 hours. I'm not going to put up with that bull crap. You know better than that. I should have put you in timeout 24 hours instead of deleting the comment. And I'm not going to put up with your bull crap. And I'm just not going for it, people. You know the rules. What, Margaret? Let's don't do that tonight. Can you be good and lay there and sleep where Daddy can get some sleep? You come and eat once a month, not every other week. You sure you're not a tomcat? You're not having any more babies. 'Cause Daddy can't afford no inside babies. I don't want no more inside kitty cats. I done had a month. Enough of them. A good mother cat, people, listen to me. If you know anything about cats, usually a mother cat, if they're in the house, will pick them up by the neck and put them in the cat box. Wildcat did it with her baby. She might use it a few times. Then she gets next to the cat box and do it on the floor and I rub the nose in it. And that ignorant cat still done. You can rub that cat had a bad attitude. And that's one thing about Margaret. All her babies she picked up and put in the cat box to show where the cat box is. You know, that's a good mother cat. And so you all have a great weekend. Don't never give up on your dreams. Put your faith in the God, the people who believe in God or Jesus, because He hasn't given up on you. And thank all the ladies that came in here tonight. God bless you all. Because, you know, this is Friday. Kids, yeah, everyone. Mm. I know next week, I guess Monday, they probably have traffic cones set up on I-65. I think it's between the 16-mile marker And I don't know what exit Scottsburg is. 20, 28, 30 mile marker. They're going to be shutting one lane down, northbound and southbound, starting, I think, Monday. Probably, I think, about 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the morning. That means they're not going to widen the road. You figure if they was going to do something like that, they'd do it in the daylight hours. I would think they would do that the daylight. What they gonna do at night starting Monday, we're on 65 from what I saw from NDOT. It's between the 16-mile marker here in Clark County up to Scottsburg exit. What is it, about the 28-mile marker, 30-mile marker, somewhere in there, whatever Scottsburg, Indiana marker is, which I don't never take 65 going up there. So they're going to start doing that Monday, I believe, from what I read, weather permitting. I don't know. I don't think there's any potholes. And surely they would put another lane, a road in when it's dark outside because you can't see what you're doing. That's somewhere between the 16-mile marker, which that's Memphis, Indiana, where the truck stops are, up to Scottsburg exit, whatever that is. No, it's in Indiana. It's Indiana, Festus. Hold on, I got to make a head call. You know, that water, I can drink soft drink, but when I start drinking water, I gotta go to the bathroom about every 5 minutes. I don't know why water does that to me. What are you doing? This is where you need to go use the bathroom. Can you get up there and pee? Huh? Oh. I had company in there. Alexi came in there and watched. I said, Alexi, this is where you all kitty cat needs to go. I said, that'll save me on cat litter. You know, but every time I go in there, every time I go in there, Alexi got to come in and look at it. I said, this is where human goes to use the bathroom. Maybe she get the hint to, you know, yeah, maybe your granddaughter learn how to use the toilet instead of cat boxes. Jews is pretty good people, John. They believe in their God like I do. I think what the Germans done to the Jews back during the war was wrong. I think that was wrong what the Germans did. Alexi, yeah, show people. Say hi, people. Say hi. Come here. Look at the people. Look up here. Look up here. Look. Say hi, people. My name is Alexi. Yeah, I'm a good girl. Say, I'm a good girl. Let me put you on, see if you, how long you sit here. See, that way I can scratch your belly. Yeah. Okay, come on. Go over to your grandma. Your grandma wants you over by her. You're a good grandma, Margaret. You know that that's your grandbaby. You're doing more for her than your own daughter. You know what I was going to do today. I guess I'll do it tomorrow. I'm going when I go to the store tomorrow, whenever, is get me some chocolate ice cream and some Cool Whip. I like Cool Whip with my ice cream. Plus, probably fix some banana pudding. I'll probably, tomorrow. I don't know. I might do it Sunday. No, just have to wait and see. I love banana pudding, but I love banana. I love banana pudding. Get my vanilla wafers, put in it with whipped cream. Oh, it tastes good. I tell you, kitty cat, I don't want to wake up until 10 o'clock. That be okay with you that I'd wake up at 10 o'clock? Huh? I know, but I want banana pudding. You know, to me, although I'm not the doctor, and everybody I tell what my score is on my diabetes, the doctor said, other people said, are they stupid? Cause I'm a diabetic too. I got friends who's diabetic one. They're anywhere from 300 to on up. Mine stays below 200. And to me, my A1C was 8 something, and that's down to 7 point something. Yeah, 7 point something. I was going to say 5 point something, but that's too low. So, well, I've got mods in here. I got mods in here. Some of them usually make comments. I got some that sits in the background. Since some of you are new on here, don't ask me. Don't ask me. I made a mistake like that once with a computer hacker. And what? And I choose my own mode because I watch their YouTube channel and I see the comments. Butter Toast, I couldn't trust you with my life. I know too much about you, Butter Toast. But I choose my moderators by their videos and their comments or their a-holes. They don't ask. I got moderators that just sits in the background. But I got moderators in here right now. Let's see, 90. I've been on here since about an hour and 30 minutes. I went over my time limit, people. People, don't I tell you all who be watching, don't ask to be a moderator. I know what I'm looking for in moderators. I got some ladies in here who's moderators, and they just sit back. Some makes comments, and don't ask, 'cause that just turns me off. So people, it's time for me to get off of here. The news is, let's see what time. I missed the news. It's time to watch. Like I say, I'll look at videos tomorrow. And, I got all kinds of people on my YouTube channel. And I'm going to warn you all. They're on everybody's channel. It's the police. They're on everybody's YouTube channel. FBI, U.S. Marshals, Secret Service, because they're hunting for people. I know they're on my channel. The FBI is, because I asked them. Because of the computer hacker that I had I think it was last year. They had all the screenshots, their emails, but they was hunting for this person. Well, I'm not gonna make everybody a moderator. You know, maybe when I get monetized, you know, I got certain people written down in my book. You know, okay, Francis, you all be good. You all have a great weekend. It's time for me to start watching Jimmy Kimball on TV. So I love you all. You all have a great day. All you foxy ladies, you take it easy. I'll catch you all later.